Okay, guys, nice to see you here today. Today, we're going to be doing what we do best again. We're going to be taking a look at some motherfucking music videos. My first one is pretty incredible, so you're definitely going to want to see this first video. This is a guy by the name of Rule, and this song is called Big Bank Hank. Let's check it out.
I'm going to need y'all to pay attention. You can say pay it forward. I'll say pay up. Here it is. Big Bang Hank. I promise.
Okay, so there's just so much to take in here right from the beginning. So first things first homeless rapper. I don't know about that. Maybe first admittedly homeless rapper. But on top of that, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's clearly homeless. Nobody in the entire world is going to doubt that this guy's homeless. And the way he picks up the dead rat. Have you ever seen a rapper do something like this? Something so unhygienic? No, me neither. Okay, hand up on the heater. Wow, I really don't want to think about this guy having a gun. The idea of this guy with a gun is some really terrifying shit. Like, please, if you know this guy and he has a gun, take it away by any means necessary. This dude cannot practice his Second Amendment right.
Something like a pro, that means I got to get paid. Got to get laid, I got it made in the shade.
Well, at this moment, I think, is when you realize that this guy has some of the craziest head tattoos in the history of man. He is basically, I've taken a look at it, he has basically like a headband tattooed onto his head, and then everything above it as well. And then you know how Lil Xan has the drippy eye tear thing going on? This guy has that on both eyes and worse. So props to him for inspiring Diego's tattoo scheme.
Stay bloody, stay focused. Me, I'ma stay low-kin. Probably be the death of me. Burn my body, take my ashes, add me to the recipe of the throat is drug. Smoke it, get a buzz. Post some liquor on the ground, say this goes out the cuz.
Okay. I heard this guy say something about cuz. I heard him say something about Loken. My question, I just want to know, what gang is he in? I just want to know what he's representing. I don't know. I mean, I get the idea that this is in Austin, Texas. It all looks a little familiar, but you know, I just want to know, like, who's he representing? Who's his OG? Who put him down? Because let's be real, this guy might be just like a homeless guy right now, but he might have put some work in throughout his life. Whoa, okay, so plot twist. As of today, January 16th, 2019, Rule is in custody at Williamson County Jail being charged for a crime he did not commit. His bail is $100,000. If you'd like to learn/help more, please visit the link in the bio. Well, I did visit the link in the bio, and it seems like he's being charged with like felony drug possession, something along those lines. They're saying he didn't do it, or that he's just guilty of being around the wrong people at the wrong time, which I guess is probably something that happens all the time if you're homeless, that you can't really even help it. Shout out to this dude. I mean, I have no idea if he actually is in the right or not, but you should definitely check out this link. I'm going to put it in the description for this GoFundMe, because I don't know, this guy has lived quite a life, and I mean, I'm going to donate a little bit of our money too. I'm going to throw this guy some money, but definitely check out the GoFundMe if you want to support Rule here, who, I mean, hey, I made a whole goddamn video about him, so he must have something going for him. Poof! And just like that, a new t-shirt, and realistically, a new day. I'm back. What do you guys say that now that we've taken a look at that video, that we do some news? Okay, let's get into this tweet. Somebody put up a tweet, and they said, 7 rings is just Pretty Boy swag sped up. Stay woke. Soulja Boy influence at it again. So basically, this person is saying that Ariana Grande's new single, which is called 7 Rings, is basically just a sped up version of Pretty Boy swag. Now, he posted the clip. We're not going to actually post it because we don't want to be spending the rest of our lives in copyright hell. But is it accurate? Well, I guess there's a degree to which it's accurate, but the songs don't really sound similar at all when you listen to them without speeding. So the songs really don't sound similar at all to me unless you speed up Pretty Boy swag. And then even once you speed it up, it's like, yeah, it's sort of a similar flow, but it's being done at a different speed, and it's Ariana Grande and it's like 10 years later. To me, it doesn't really sound that much like it. Anyway, I know everybody on earth just wants to talk about Soulja Boy related stuff right now, and realistically, Ariana Grande too. Anything involving both of them or either of them is probably going to go viral at this point in time. And this does have 24,000 retweets as of this count, but does it actually sound that similar? No, I don't think so. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can judge for yourselves. Playboy Cardi back in the news, and this time it doesn't have anything to do with his girlfriend Iggy Azalea. Playboy Cardi found guilty of trashing tour bus and assaulting driver. So basically there's a story that you can go read if you want about how Playboy Cardi was in Germany and he was on tour and the heat stopped working on the bus, and there was a whole big conflict between the bus driver and him and his crew, and apparently at some point the bus driver got attacked. The bus was also damaged. Basically, that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care at all. All I want to talk about is the fact that Cardi has blonde hair now. Some people have been making accusations saying that this is a little bit of Ian Connor swagger jacking. I'm not going to make that assertion myself, but I don't know. There's something real exciting about Cardi going blonde after all these years. I'm sure that there's going to be a whole shitload of you guys dyeing your hair blonde now. Okay, McConan just recently went on Real 92.3 and made some comments that have been gaining a little bit of traction. I don't know if you guys know, but there is a new McConan single out with Gucci Mane on it. But one of the comments that is getting a lot of attraction, McConan said that he's on good terms with Drake. Now, for those of you who remember, back in the day when Going Up on a Tuesday popped off, McConan's career started to absolutely skyrocket. Drake hops on the song, boom, it gets even crazier, and it's revealed McConan is signed to OVO. But then soon after that, some of McConan's old tweets were brought to the surface in which he basically made fun of Drake, called Drake gay, say that Drake sucked, etc., etc. And it was always said that that was why nothing really seemed to happen to McConan after that in terms of OVO, and it never seemed like his career went anywhere. And I always wondered to myself, like, is Drake really that petty? Does Drake really care that much about somebody talking shit about him many, many years before he ever signed to the label? Because for me personally, if I was going to sign an artist or if I was going to work with an artist and then I found out that like 3 or 4 years earlier he was talking shit about me, I wouldn't care at all. Like, I feel like your ego has to be able to sustain that kind of thing. So I always thought that was kind of weird. Well, in this new interview, McConan reveals that it was a hacker, not a real hacker, but a member of his crew who had posted stuff on his Tumblr, and I guess those posts on Tumblr also went through to Twitter, which I guess kind of makes sense. Some people used to have their accounts linked back in the day. This is actually one of the quotes from McConan. You know how shit already kind of rub you sideways, and then like you would never get to talk about it, we would never patch it up, and then academics just starts making videos and shit. And I can understand where he's coming from with that, because the media really does tend to sort of exaggerate stuff and just hype shit up and make things seem worse than they are. So McConan's not on OVO anymore, so that's good. That's probably for the best, since it didn't seem like that relationship was going to go anywhere. But it is interesting to have his tenure on OVO sort of fleshed out a little bit and help us understand exactly what was going on there. Okay, over here at No Jumper, we are very, very big Azealia Banks fans. Not so much her music as her antics, although the music is good. Well, I don't think I actually covered this when it happened, but basically the CEO of Twitter, whose name is Jack Dorsey, there was a story that came out that basically said that he sent Azealia Banks an amulet made, am I saying that right? Amulet? I believe it's right. Made out of his beard hair. The actual tweet from 2016, Azealia Banks said, Jack Dorsey asked me to tweet about his Cash App. In exchange, he was supposed to tweet about my mixtape, but he never did. He also sent me his hair in an envelope because I was supposed to make him an amulet for protection. Everybody, when they heard this story, it was one of those kind of things that got a lot of reactions like, wow, like anything is possible. Look at this headline. Well, they just recently asked Jack Dorsey about this issue. I know there was one report recently that you mailed some of your beard hair to Azealia Banks. Did that happen? No. You didn't? No. So he's taking a hard stance on this and denying it. Azealia Banks definitely has seemed capable of distorting the truth to a certain degree over the years, so we don't actually know if this is true, but I think it's the kind of thing that even if he denies it, unless there's really rock hard evidence that it didn't take place, everybody's going to stay at least a little bit attached to this story because it is such a fun little slice of celebrity life. Also in Blueface news, Blueface posted a photo recently of him with some sort of rocket launcher bazooka because, you know, he's a rapper and a lot of times rappers like to take photos with hilariously over exaggeratedly big weapons. Well, it's revealed that he also got a SoundCloud tattoo. Does that make Blueface a SoundCloud rapper? I'm going to say no. Actually, I thought this was pretty interesting because to me, if anything, Blueface is a clear-cut YouTube rapper. Like, I found out about Blueface on YouTube. I had never in my entire life up until this moment visited Blueface's SoundCloud. I just never really thought of him as a SoundCloud type rapper. I've always thought of him as somebody who was on YouTube and then Apple Music and Spotify. But I guess he actually does have a fairly good-sized SoundCloud. He has like 80,000 followers. Doesn't do numbers quite like he does on YouTube, which I guess is to be expected. But Blueface is out here representing SoundCloud. A lot of people say SoundCloud is dead. Blueface is very evidently saying no, that is not true. I guess we got to do at least a little bit more Soulja Boy news, right? Well, there's a clip here of Soulja Boy, and he's leaving the Sirius FM station, and Casanova rolls up on him, and Casanova basically is making it clear that he doesn't like the way Soulja Boy has been talking or interacting with women. Now, we don't actually know who Casanova is talking about, but he's basically just accusing Soulja Boy of just treating some woman inappropriately, presumably verbally. Now, Casanova doesn't actually swing on him, but you do see the security guard looking a little bit nervous as this is all taking place. Some people on Twitter and stuff are saying, oh, Casanova is a hypocrite because he does have an open case right now about him allegedly assaulting a woman. I don't know exactly what happened with that. I think it was something where she was trying to take a photo with him or something like that. But on the other hand, also people are saying, like, why are you waiting around outside of a radio station and having somebody film you yelling at somebody? I guess that looks like clout chasing to some people. Myself personally, I'm not going to take a hard stance on it, but you be the judge of that. All right, one more news story and then we'll review some more videos. So basically this story came out saying that Steve-O from Jackass, Steve-O recounts snorting coke mixed with HIV positive blood. Now, I haven't watched the actual interview that this clip came from because it's long and I don't have time, but basically he's just telling a story about how he used to be such a bad drug addict that he went over to this dude's house who was a drug dealer, and he saw some coke, so he goes and he starts fucking mixing the coke up. He's about to do it, and then he basically realized that there's dried up blood particles like on the table in the coke that he's about to do, and he just did it anyway. Now, I don't really necessarily understand how he would have known or been able to prove that it was HIV positive blood. Like, I don't understand how you possibly could have known that. And also, I'm pretty sure that the HIV is not going to just like live sitting there on a table. I'm pretty sure it dies as soon as it's exposed to the air or something along those lines. But it does say a lot about what a bad junkie Steve-O was. So props to Steve-O for going sober.
Knowingly scraping up this tainted like blood cocaine, and I sat there and snorted it.
All right, so when I do those live streams, as I've been doing a lot this week on the No Jumper channel, definitely subscribe and turn on notifications so you get notified when I do go on. Well, I found this video by an artist whose name is Trash, and the song is called Flirty. Let's check it out. Okay, so welcome to the future of hip-hop, my friends. This guy's name is Trash, and he's dressed like a girl that I probably would have gone on a date with when I was 14, or at least he has all the drip that the girls when I was 14 probably would have wanted to have. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know if I believe that the music community, the hip-hop community is ready for somebody who's wearing like a belly shirt and his jeans might be a little too tight. He really reminds me of like Hot Topic fashion when I was a kid. When I was going to the mall, this dude definitely would have been seen working at Hot Topic for sure. Not really sure what I think of it. I guess honestly, sonically, it doesn't sound too terrible, but the wardrobe is the real story here, isn't it? Okay, this one is even weirder. It's a person named Hepatitis Bud, and the song is called Genuflect.
Yo bitch, call me a misfit. Homicide your shit, yo bitch, keep a wrist lit. Get whipped, family trees, get ripped, bitch.
All right, so this is a little out there just in the sense that this is something that I'm not sure is fully developed, and I'm not sure what the people out there are going to think of it, but I did think that this had some kind of validity. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, a little over the top, but Hepatitis Bud, I don't know. I thought this stood out to me more than most of the stuff I watched this week. Okay, you guys gotta see this one. This song is called Finish What We Started by Nightmare Neil.
Wake up, digging in your purse so I can beat that cake up. Yeah, baby, please don't you leave me broken hearted. I just wanna...
Nightmare Neil. Man, I don't know what the hell to say about this shit, but this is just proof that anybody can make music in this day and age. Anybody can do it. All you need is a hotel room. You go get yourself a stripper or some girl who's just sort of standing around outside the hotel, and boom, you're in business. And, by the way, your name is Nightmare Neil. Okay, maybe we can wrap with this. The other day, I was on stream, and everybody just kept commenting, "Lil Slump, Lil Slump, Lil Slump." And normally when people are just spamming the chat with some random rapper's name, I try to ignore it because usually they're just trying to get something played for free, and normally it sucks. But eventually somebody did donate for us to listen to Lil Slump, and we checked it out, and I was kind of intrigued. Let's check out Lil Slump.
Got a little sniper, I'ma shoot you in your brain. Same. Your girl wants 10 all lanes. Get off the game.
Okay, and so let's just end this with some personal stuff. Skinny from the 9 was pretty upset because one of the people who runs the No Jumper social media, on the Instagram, they posted a picture of Soulja Boy and Meek Mill embracing, which was notable because they sort of seemed like they were going at it on Instagram the other day, and it was cool to see them together and to know that they didn't actually have a problem. Well, if you look back at Meek Mill's post where he posted their original photo, you'll see that Skinny from the 9 was actually in the photo. Now, Skinny from the 9 was not tagged in the photo and really had nothing to do with it, but he was in fact in the photo. So somebody posted it on the No Jumper social media, and they cropped Skinny from the 9 out because he had absolutely nothing to do with the caption or what they were trying to say. So Skinny from the 9 went on his Instagram story and he said this.
Man, fuck No Jumper. Y'all niggas mad because I don't dick ride y'all like everybody else. Meek Mill put up the picture with me. Why can't y'all? Huh? That niggas some dick riders. Like I won't go over there and beat everybody up. Fuck out of here.
So I don't really know what I even have to say about this, but I guess the good news for everybody out there is you don't have to see Skinny from the 9 on No Jumper anymore, ever again. So shout out to him for making some smart career moves. Anyway, it's been another fun day here on the Adam 22 channel. Thank you very much to everybody who watched this. Please, by all means, drop a like, drop a comment. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Adam 22. Follow No Jumper. Shout out to everybody who watched this. We will be back tomorrow, and I have nothing but love in my heart for y'all. I just want to make that super, super clear. Every single one of you who watches this, thank you.